Today I'm sharing my must-have writing accessories, the things I use every day as a crime fiction author. Hey, welcome back to Fireside Writer. I'm TJ Stecker. I'm an agented crime fiction author, former Navy aviator, licensed attorney, and I write novels about family secrets, government conspiracies, and small-town corruption set in the Appalachian Mountains. Today, we're doing something a little different. I get asked all the time, what do you actually use to write? What tools, what apps, what gear do you use to make the process easier? So today, I'm sharing my must-have writing accessories, the things I use every day as a crime fiction author. And with the holidays coming up, this also works as a gift guide for that writer in your life, or you as the aspiring author to treat yourself. Full disclaimer, I use all of these items, but I'm not sponsored to promote a single one of them. You can find some of the links in my description, but I don't endorse anything that I haven't used myself. So here's 5 essentials, plus a little bonus at the end, where we finally dive into the Word versus Scrivener debate. The Kindle Paperwhite. If you're a writer, you need to be a reader. And if you're serious about studying craft, the Kindle Paperwhite is essential. Here's why: portability and focus. You can carry thousands of books with you. You're traveling, you're at a coffee shop, you've got your entire research library right there. No excuses not to read. The e-ink screen is easy on your eyes during long reading sessions. I'm reading for hours a day, studying craft from Connolly, Lehane, McCarthy, and this thing doesn't strain my eyes the way a phone or tablet does. And the battery lasts forever, weeks between charges. You're not constantly hunting for a charger. Plus, the adjustable front light with dark mode is perfect for late night reading. You can read in the bed next to your spouse without disturbing them. No lamp needed, no blue light keeping you awake, just you and your craft study at midnight. Here's the best part: Amazon runs major sales on Kindles during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We're talking $40 to $50 off the Paperwhite. If you've been on the fence, that's the time to grab one. Same with Prime Day in the summer. The Paperwhite specifically because it's the sweet spot. Affordable, waterproof, and plenty of storage for your entire crime fiction library. If you're serious about reading widely and studying how great crime fiction works, you need a Kindle Paperwhite. It's non-negotiable. This second one is a recent addition to my arsenal, and I don't think I could write without it now. It's called Speechify. This is a text-to-speech app, and it's a game changer for editing. Here's my technique. After I've written a chapter, I run it through Speechify and listen to it read back to me. And suddenly, all the problems I couldn't see, I can hear. Awkward sentence rhythms, repeated words, dialogue that sounds unnatural when spoken aloud, passages that go on too long. All of it jumps out when you hear it instead of read it. Your brain is incredibly good at autocorrecting when you read your own work. You see what you meant to write, not what you actually wrote. But when you hear it, your brain can't fill in the gaps. You hear exactly what's on the page. And here's what sets Speechify apart. The voices actually sound natural. They're not robotic text-to-speech. They sound like real narrators. It's like converting your manuscript into an actual audiobook. You're hearing your work the way a reader would experience in an audio form. You can adjust the reading speed too. I usually listen at 2 times speed for a first pass, then slow it down for 1.5 for sections I'm worried about. Speechify isn't free, but they run discounts pretty regularly. Watch for discounts during Black Friday or holiday promotions. This tool has saved me from countless embarrassing typos and clunky sentences. Third, the Kindle Scribe. Now you might be wondering, you have 2 Kindles? Why not just use the Scribe for everything? Here's the thing, the Scribe is great for editing with your e-pencil, but it's not the best for reading. The Scribe is also a recent addition to my arsenal, and it has changed my editing process completely. Here's the problem with editing on a computer. You're seeing the manuscript the same way you've seen it hundreds of times. Your brain fills the gaps. You miss things. The Kindle Scribe solves this. I export my manuscript as a PDF, send it to my Scribe, and suddenly I'm reading like a reader would, on a device that feels like a book. And here's the magic. You can write directly on the screen with the stylus. I'm making notes in the margins. I'm circling awkward phrases. I'm drawing arrows to show where paragraphs should move. It feels tactile in a way that track changes in Word just don't. It's like using paper and pencil without all the waste. And because I'm reading it in a different format, on a different device, I catch things I'd never catch on my laptop. Pacing issues, repetitive words, scenes that drag. Now you might be wondering, you have 2 Kindles? The Paperwhite and the Scribe? Well, they're 2 different machines. Here's the thing, the Scribe isn't as good as the Paperwhite for sitting in bed and reading, or going on travel and reading your stories, taking them with you. And the Paperwhite isn't as good for editing as the Scribe. You can't use a pencil on it. And I use both, and I think it makes me a better writer and editor. The Scribe isn't cheap, but Amazon does discount during Black Friday and Cyber Monday, sometimes $50 to $70 off. If you're serious about self-editing before you send your manuscript to beta readers or agents, watch for those sales. It's worth every penny. It's the closest thing to printing out your entire manuscript without killing a forest. Fourth, Audible. I can't get through a day without listening to an audiobook. If you're writing crime fiction, you need to listen to audiobooks. Not just read them, listen. Here's why. Audiobooks teach you pacing in a way that reading silently can't. When a narrator reads your favorite thriller, you hear exactly where the tension builds, where it releases, where the story breathes. You hear how dialogue sounds when it's spoken. You hear whether your favorite author's snappy banter actually snaps. You hear the rhythm of sentences, the cadence of paragraphs. I'll listen to a Michael Connelly novel while driving, and I'm studying how he structures scenes, where he places beats, how he handles exposition without slowing the story. And here's a pro tip, listen to your genre. If you're writing crime fiction, listen to crime fiction audiobooks, study the masters, hear how they do it. Audible has a massive library. You can find almost any crime fiction classic or contemporary bestseller. I've gone through the entire Boss series, the Kenzie Gennaro series, McCarthy's novels, all on Audible. Plus, you can consume books while doing other things. I'm listening while I'm at the gym, while I'm cooking, while I'm driving. It's the most effective way to study craft without carving out additional reading time. Audible runs promotions constantly, new member deals, holiday sales, sometimes 3 months for the price of one. If you're not already a member, watch for those deals. If you're serious about writing, you need to be listening to audiobooks. Audible makes that easy. Fifth, I can't write without this, my MacBook Pro. Look, you can write on anything. Plenty of great writers use PCs or typewriters. And honestly, if all you do is write, a MacBook Air will do just as fine as a MacBook Pro. Same sharp screen, lighter weight, and it will handle Word and research without breaking a sweat. I went with the Pro because I'm also doing video creation and editing for this channel. The extra processing power matters when you're rendering video, but if you're purely focused on writing, save the money and get the Air. Either way, here's what matters about the MacBook ecosystem: reliability. I need a machine that doesn't crash. I need something that syncs seamlessly with my phone and iPad so I can capture ideas wherever I am. And these things last. I used my last MacBook Pro for 11 years before upgrading. 11 years. That's not just a laptop, that's an investment. When you factor in longevity, the upfront cost makes a little bit more sense. The battery life is critical. I can write for 6-7 hours without plugging in. I can take it to a coffee shop, to the library, wherever I need to be, and not worry about hunting for an outlet. The keyboard is comfortable for long writing sessions. The trackpad is smooth. The screen is sharp enough that I'm not squinting at 12-point font all day. Now, MacBooks rarely go on deep discount, but Apple does offer educational pricing if you qualify. And retailers like Best Buy and Amazon sometimes have deals during Black Friday, usually $100 to $200 off depending on the model. Here's the bottom line. You need a reliable laptop that lets you focus on writing and not troubleshooting tech issues. For me, that's a MacBook. Whether you choose Air or Pro depends on whether you're doing anything beyond writing. Alright, bonus round. Scrivener versus Word. A lot of writers swear by Scrivener. It's got corkboards, it's got organizational tools, it's designed for novelists. I tried it, I gave it a real shot, and I went back to Microsoft Word. Here's why. First, simplicity. Word does what I need it to do without making me think about the software. I open a document, I write, I format, I export. Done. Scrivener has a learning curve, and I don't want to spend brainpower learning software when I could be writing. Second, compatibility. Everyone uses Word. My beta readers use Word. Agents want submissions in Word. Editors use track changes in Word. If I write in Scrivener, I'm always exporting, converting, troubleshooting formatting issues. Why create that friction? Third, I'm a linear writer. I write chapter 1, chapter 2, then chapter 3. I don't write out of order. I don't need to rearrange scenes visually. Scrivener's organizational tools are powerful, but they also solve problems I don't have. Now, if you're a non-linear writer, if you write scenes out of order, if you need to juggle multiple timelines, if you've got tons of research notes to manage, Scrivener might be perfect for you. It's a great tool, it's just not my tool. For me, Word is fast, reliable, and gets out of my way so I can focus on the actual writing. That's what matters. Use whatever works for you, but don't let anyone tell you you need fancy software to write a good novel, because you don't. So there you have it. My personal must-have writing accessories and gift guide for writers. Kindle Paperwork for reading like a writer, Speechify for catching errors, Kindle Scribe for editing your manuscript, Audible for studying pacing, MacBook Pro as your reliable workhorse, and Word over Scrivener, at least for me. Watch for those Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals if you're looking to upgrade your writing setup, or if you're shopping for a writer in your life. If you want to learn more about my novels, military conspiracies, family secrets, small-town corruption, head over to tjstecker.com. Sign up for my newsletter and get updated on my publication status. And remember, we'll have new videos every week here on Fireside Writer. Did I miss any accessories that you absolutely can't write without? If so, drop a comment, let me know. I read every one. Thanks for watching. Now go write something.